Welcome everyone to the City of Quinte West Committee of Adjustment meeting. The committee is made up of 5 members. I'm a public member. My name is Harm Zelstra. I'll be the chair this evening. And on my immediate left is public member Doug Phillips, and on his left is public member Paul Lafferty, and his left public member David Jesse, and on our far left is Councillor Jim Allier. And on my immediate right is Anne Marie Cunningham. She is the Committee of Adjustment Coordinator. Because this is a hearing under the Planning Act, when the committee gets to the applications for consideration, each application will be brought up in the order listed on the agenda with an opportunity for public input given prior to discussion and consideration by the committee. If you wish to make a comment, please raise your hand to be recognized by the chair. Consent decisions made tonight will have a last day of appeal of October the 2nd, 2025. Minor variance decisions made tonight will have a last day of appeal of October the 1st, 2025. If anyone wishes to receive a copy of one of the notices of decision, please use the pad of paper provided by the sign-in sheet to indicate your name, mailing address, or email address, and which decision you would like a copy of, and it will be sent to you. If anyone has not signed in the sign-in sheet, please do so, as this is used for the minutes of the meeting. Could I have any disclosures of pecuniary interest? Hearing none. Could I have approval of the agenda for this evening, September the 11th? Moved by Jim, second by David. All in favor? Carried. Thank you. And approval of the minutes of July the 10th, 2025. Moved by Paul, second by Doug. All in favor? Carried. Thank you. First application is consent application B32-25S, owners Alex and Amanda Barrett. Legal description is part lot 15, concession 6. The address is 144 and 150 Flying Club Road in Sydney Ward. The purpose of the application is to sever a parcel of land which would create one new vacant lot. Severed would have a frontage of 78.70 meters, a depth of 77.60 meters, and a total area of 5,881 square meters. And the retained would have a frontage of 28.65 meters, a depth of 133.59 meters, and total area of 2.63 hectares. Any comments or concerns from the public regarding this application? I know we did have an emailed.
It's just late this afternoon.
Pardon?
It was very late this afternoon. I haven't notified Alex yet.
Is that the person who's online?
No, that's the applicant for the next minor.
Yeah.
variance.
Yeah.
Somebody just let Alex know that they're.
Yeah, we did have one mailed in. We've all had a chance to read it. From what I don't want to read the whole thing, unless you want me to.
Whatever the committee feels.
Okay. It's from Brad Como. I would appreciate my comments being provided to the committee if possible. The topography in that area is unique. The proposed severance area is heavily wooded, as is much of the area surrounding the proposed severance. The woods are home to the large and small animals one expects to find in such an area. There tends to be a significant amount of deer travel through the area. Much of the lot road frontage to within more than 30 meters from the road is several feet below the road level. Much of the proposed lot is low-lying compared to surrounding land and acts as a catch basin area for drainage and runoff. Regrading the lot to allow for building construction will greatly alter the topography and resulting drainage, having negative environmental effects. Flying Club Road at the south end of the proposed lot is significantly higher than the midpoint of the lot. There is very limited sightline as one approaches this proposed lot from the south. This makes a safe entrance when approaching from the south difficult to guarantee. It would be a shame following an accident to see the city involved in legal action for initially allowing the lot creation. Large equipment would be required to clear and regrade the lot to allow for building construction, given the lot location, the surrounding elevation changes, and the road layout. There are concerns about road safety and traffic disruption. Although it may be unique, I would urge some or all committee members to view the site before making a final severance decision and not rely solely on current reports. In this particular case, the real-life circumstances are impossible to appreciate from a two-dimensional paper representation. Considering the foregoing, it does not appear the severance protects the established rural character of Sydney Ward. The severance and resulting use of the created lot has the potential to negatively impact the natural environment and the area of natural and scientific interest that is present in the vicinity. There are already several residential lots in proximity to the proposed severed lot on the same side of Flying Club Road. The severed lot will add another to that number. I appreciate these comments being considered by the committee and extend my thanks for your service to Quinte West. Any other comments? Yes, sir.
Mr. Chairman and committee members, thank you very much. I'm Alex Barrett, the owner of 144 and 150 Flying Club Road.
Yep.
My wife Amanda is present with me as well. And so respectfully, yes, thanks for reading that message. Appreciate that and appreciate the comments of Mr. Como and the individuals or individual he is representing. We specifically chose that location because it would do the least amount of harm. The environmental impact study that was performed recently showed the necessary requirements that we will abide by and have to abide by should a dwelling ever be erected on that building, on that parcel of land, even indicating size of dwelling to around 15 or 1600 square feet, and also utilizing the area where trees have naturally fallen down. And as of today, if somebody walked that property, the exact area where we have proposed to build the home, a number of significantly large trees have fallen down due to natural causes. I can assure the committee of that. And with respect to the grading that was presented there, we have absolutely no intention, nor do we have the ability to grade or fill in any of that catch basin area. In fact, that catch basin area that's being referred to, we retained as part of our retained parcel because we want to protect that. And we did not want to have any person have the ability to fill that in.
Is that the 28.65 feet?
That's
That
correct.
was one of my questions, why that
Yes.
little strip was maintained in your,
And that's the
You're
exact
retained.
reason why, is because we wanted to make sure that that area would maintain the way that it is. It would also provide the largest possible buffer that was comfortable between that proposed severed lot and the neighbor to the north. So that, you know, we're just trying to ensure that as much is kept as natural as possible. With respect to the wildlife that's present, yes, absolutely. And it's something that we enjoy and that we still see wildlife present throughout the entire area. In fact, my wife and I just went for a walk 2 days ago, and we were able to see about 6 or 7 deer across the entire part of Flying Club Road. We're glad we didn't see them in our windshield, but we're very happy to see them in our properties and our neighbors' properties. Yeah, so
Yes, sir.
I actually think the issues that Mr. Como is presenting here, not to sever, are actually the reasons why we are trying to protect that area and sever. The entrance has already been approved by Quinte West Public Works and has been for quite some time as well.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Any comments or concerns from the committee members?
I appreciate Mr. Como's comments, but many of them I think are already covered in the report. The wildlife's covered in the ESI, the grading drainage plan requirement as a condition. I think it covers most of his concerns here. And then a couple of the others aren't really relevant to this committee. So I'd move that we move forward with approving the application.
I was going to echo those same remarks, Mr. Chairman. It has had an EIS done on it by Ainley Group, and as Mr. Jesse said, the conditions that are below it, I think have covered most of the concerns that I can see, and then when it's approved, there's going to be conditions on the approval too, so which will be spelled out. So.
Yeah, I know the environmental impact study is very extensive as to recommendations that they would like to see followed. Very seldom we see that many, but every one of those addresses Mr. Como's concerns to a point.
Can I make a comment?
Yes, sir.
If I could, through you, Mr. Chair, one of the things that we have done in the past where there are extensive recommendations in an environmental impact study is to require the study to be registered on title so that any future purchasers are aware of that. I did not put it in the recommendation, but if that would make you feel more comfortable that future owners would be aware of those requirements, and that's probably actually beneficial to the applicants, as they'll be, owning the retained lands anyways.
And Mr. Chairman, committee members, I have no problem at all abiding by that and having that study registered on title.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I did draft a wording for that if you'd
Okay.
like to add that. That's up to you.
I say very seldom do we see this many recommendations from an environmental impact study.
It makes sense to put it on title.
So, anyway, it was moved and seconded. Moved by David, seconded by Jim, or David, or Doug, sorry. That application B32-25S by Alex and Amanda Barrett to sever a parcel of land at 153 Flying Club Road, Part Lot 15, Concession 6, in the former township of Sydney is hereby approved, subject to the following conditions. One, that a registered survey for the severed parcel be submitted to the city. Two, that a draft transfer for the severed parcel be submitted to the city. Three, that the tax account for the subject property be paid up to date. Four, that a parcel of land measuring 10 meters from the center line of the road along the frontage and severed and retained lands along Flying Club Road be conveyed for road widening purposes to the city at no cost to the satisfaction of Public Works. And five, that a lot grading and drainage plan for the severed lot showing a building envelope based on the required setbacks of the zoning bylaw prepared by a professional engineer be submitted to the satisfaction of the city, and the applicant enter into an agreement with the city written and registered on title by the city solicitor at the applicant's cost, addressing the owner's obligation to notify any purchaser of the requirement to comply with the approved lot grading and drainage plan. And six, that the applicant enter into an agreement within the city, written and registered on title by the city solicitor at the applicant's cost, addressing the owner's obligation to notify any purchaser of the recommendations of the environmental impact study.
No, that was just my notes.
All in favor? Carried. Thank you. I live in that area as well, so I'm very aware of the ANSI and environmental rules that govern just about everything that's on that hill. So I appreciate your compliance, if you will. And I see deer every day. Next application is a minor variance application A9-25T. The owner is Josh Yant? Yant, okay. The agent is Roger Keynes, who is on the screen here. Legal description is part lot 10, east of Campbell Street, plan 112. The civic address is 168 Dixon Drive. And the purpose of the application is to permit the proposed deck with a front yard setback of 3.39 meters instead of the required 4.7 meters. Any comments or concerns from the public regarding this application? Hearing none. Any comments or concerns from the committee members?
Move the recommendation, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, moved by Jim, second by David. That application A9-25T by Josh Yant. Got a good memory, it's just really short. At 168 Dixon Drive, Park Lot 10, east of Campbell Street, Plan 112, in the former city of Trenton is hereby approved to permit the proposed deck with a front yard setback of 3.39 meters instead of the required 4.7 meters. All in favor? Carried. Thank you. Next application is also a minor variance application, application A10-25S. Owners are Grant and Laura Dollamore. The legal description is part lot 3, plan 21M, -226. Civic address is 10 Oak Ridge Drive in Sydney Ward. And the purpose of the application is to permit the detached garage in the front yard with a minimum setback of 30.81 meters. Any comments, concerns from the public regarding this application? Any comments or concerns? I noticed in that area, there's a few garages that are in the front of the house, beside the house.
You've
So,
done other applications in the area.
yeah. So moved by Jim, second by David, that application A10-25S by Grant and Laura Moore, at 10 Oak Ridge Drive, Lot 3, Plan 21M-226 in the former Township of Sydney is hereby approved to permit the proposed detached garage in the front yard with a minimum setback of 30.81 meters. Yes.
You meant all in favor.
Hey?
You meant all in favor.
Yeah. They gave us a month off this summer, so we're all having to retrain ourselves, at least me anyway. My mouth doesn't work good, my memory's not good, and I forget what I'm doing. Next application is a minor variance application, A11-25S. The owners are Jonathan DeGoss and Jennifer Schonecker. Legal description is lots 14 and 15, concession 3, at 228 and 328 Platte Road. And the purpose of this application is to permit a reduced minimum lot frontage of 48.9 meters instead of the required 60 meters for the previously approved lot addition parcel, and a reduced minimum interior side yard setback for the existing garage of 2.38 meters instead of the required 6 meters. Any comments or concerns from the public? Is this your application, sir? No? Oh, yours, okay. Any comments or concerns from the, oh, just finishing off what we started, right?
I was gonna complain about this one just because the other two went through so easily.
I have a mover and a seconder. Moved by Paul, second by Doug. That application A11-25S by Jonathan DeGoss and Jennifer Schonecker at 228 and 328 Platte Road, part lots 14 and 15, concession 3, in the former township of Sydney is hereby approved to permit a reduced minimum lot frontage of 48.93 meters instead of the required 60 meters for the previously approved lot addition parcel, and reduced minimum interior side yard setback for the existing garage of 2.38 meters instead of the required 6 meters. All in favor? Carried. Thank you. Any other business to come before this committee? Hearing none, I have a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Okay. Moved by Jim, seconded by Doug, and all in favor. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.